You're off all day with your kids?
Yeah, I'm off on Thursdays.
Well, then
Fuck.
let's just start the show.
You better stay out of our business.
Mister, they're lying. I'm not a prostitute. They're trying to kidnap me. Hey, my friend.
Yeah, there we go. And ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage.
Oh wait, you guys are already live?
Yeah, I mean you say already, but I don't know if you can hear the background
Like
music
not.
that's still playing.
I was
20.
just
20
popping in real
minutes.
quick to tell you I'm gonna get in as soon as possible. So
All right.
Oh,
Well, we'll see you shortly.
Shit, I was
Can
muted
you
that
s-
whole time. You're gonna slide in.
all right.
Oh, you lost service.
I think we lost him. I was saying something punny like, "We'll see you in the locker room."
Fucking stupid.
Should we remove him? There we go.
He gone. He's all right. He gone. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming
He'll
back
be
anyways. He ain't coming back.
Today was a busy day, guys.
When? Today? Yes.
Apparently, you guys are like, dude, that fucking chat. I was like, oh fuck, and I think we all had busy days, busy weeks. It's been fucking a shit show, and since Tom said he was like, fuck, I don't have much to talk about. Fuck it, let's start it off with this, dude. I got a fucking turkey baster shoved in my fucking knee today and sucked out a whole bunch of fluid.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what now?
We're starting strong. We're just getting right into it.
We're
Just
just
fucking whipping it out.
All right. So you had a turkey baster.
Yeah, the fucking
Shoved
big ass
into
needle
your knee.
too.
How big
Into
was
the
it?
knee.
Like how big?
Dude,
Like,
the
you know what I'm
tube
saying?
was this long
Yeah.
and about that big around, and they took
Fuck.
about that much out of my knee.
Thomas,
And it was like
I
purple,
I fucking told you.
yeah.
bro.
He's a fucking size queen. Excuse me. He's a fucking size queen.
I go up like this. Size queen? No. I'm just literally, it was fucking massive, dude.
I got him right here. Yeah,
Yeah,
right there.
there.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just,
Okay.
that's what this that's like. He's
That
like,
guy's-
we're, like that, yeah.
Queen. Get the fuck out of here. Just accurate.
So, he's like, it was this big and I fucking took it down.
That's
And
how
then I
big the
fucking-
tube was.
Then I
And
fucking
they're like,
sucked
don't
this
look.
much
And
out
I'm
of
like,
it.
ooh.
You
Not like
know
that.
what
It's fucking massive, dude.
I'm saying? Yeah, it was.
Is this how you're launching
Yeah.
your OnlyFans? Chuck takes a big turkey baster.
Just
Dude.
takes a fucking tube.
Yeah,
What's
that
that
thing was
fucking-
massive.
Oh, the fucking
Chuck
chick that
takes
got
a
fucking
fucking
famous
baster.
for fucking a baseball bat.
Chuck's
Years ago.
known for his move, the chuck it.
The turchuckin. We need to make that into a shirt.
The chuck it.
Oh fuck! Where's
Yeah,
my sketch? Where's my
I do
sketchbook?
need a good shot of whiskey. Oh, let me tell you, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna have to mute myself again this week. I was barely alive last week. I mean,
Okay.
holy shit, boys! I had just gotten over a fever.
Mm.
And now I'm back at work. I've been back at work for a couple of days now. It has not been an easy week to come back to work. I completely understand the moment in Airplane when Lloyd Bridges said I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Mhm.
Oh fuck!
I figure we'll wait for Matt to get here so we can talk about your that
Oh,
shitty
no,
week.
I have nothing to say.
Well, we have questions, and I figure we'll probably wait for, if he's on his way. We'll fucking
Yeah. It's,
Looks like
Question.
he's beating feet home.
Questions about his fucking his illness?
No, a witness to fucking a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, okay.
And
Can we talk about the fucking random fucking was it measles outbreak that's fucking happening? You guys hear about
Whoa,
that shit?
measles?
There's a fucking
you know
measles.
what's going around up here is
Mesothelioma?
whooping cough.
Whooping cough is going on over there.
Yep.
Look, we got measles coming around. Yeah, there's
Whooping
a
cough goes around all the time. That's not that's not
yeah, no,
measles
that's-
is a little bit more rare than whooping cough.
you know,
Remember
this
when
is-
we were kids in the oh wait, I have to share you. This was so awesome. because
What's up? What?
I feel like, remember, you know how we always talk about Generation X was better. We were better than everybody else, right? Like
100%. 100%.
Well, I was realizing like the things that we instinctively knew and we've taken for granted, and now, like as we get into the vaccine era and the fucking era of people, you know, what's the vaccinating everything. Your kids get all these vaccines, and do vaccines cause autisms and blah 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 blah. And so somebody shared this with me, and I'm seeing if I can look it up right now. But there was an episode of the Brady Bunch, and let's face it, we grew up on the Brady Bunch, and what they said back then, like they had an episode where they just had a measles party. Do you guys remember?
Parents, I don't remember that episode, but parents used to do that.
Yeah, with the
chicken pox too.
Yeah, chicken pox parties and measles parties and stuff like that.
Like, yep, you're spending the night. Like, it's time for a sleepover. Like, I don't even like that fucking kid.
Yeah, no, but you have to
fucking,
go get.
Fucking steals my lunch and pulls my hair. Nope, you're spending the night. That's your best friend tonight.
But now that's child abuse. It's dangerous. Back then it was like, no, I better get it now because if they get it when they're older, they could die.
Yeah, exactly. So get out of the way when you're young. My wife asked me, she's like,
this episode apparently. I've heard this now. Maybe Marco, maybe you can look this up while I'm sharing this. They said this episode was pulled from networks.
Okay, because people are just
here.
Peter, what are you doing home from school? They sent me home. Measles.
Either measles or a strange case of red freckles.
You have got a temperature. They told me 101.1. What's the record? Never mind.
Oh, are you sure it's the measles?
Well, he certainly got all the symptoms. A slight temperature, a lot of dots, and a great big smile.
A great big smile.
No school for a few days.
Say hello to my dotted son for me. Tell him I'll bring him some comic books and I'll see you later, dear.
Okay, honey, bye. Boy, this is the life, isn't it?
Yeah. If you have to get sick, you can't beat the measles.
That's right. No medicine. Inside or out. Like shots, I mean.
Don't even mention shots. Yeah.
That's straight up propaganda.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, people are fucking house divided with this motherfucker. I'm reading up a whole bunch of shit about like how even the actress that played Maureen McCormick, who played Marsha Brady,
hold on here.
Very spoken out against the use of the episode for anti-vaxxers.
Well, all the kids have now had the measles.
So have I.
Well, I had them years ago. Looks like the Bradys are finished with the measles.
Hold it.
And that's the episode when Alice dies.
You're not through yet.
Alice, don't tell me you're coming down with the measles.
Oh, I hope so. I'd hate to think I was just learning how to blush at my age.
Wah, wah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Brady Bunch tackling the weighty issue of vaccines in the 70s. Was it actually pulled from networks?
This one checking right now. We used to have the Brady Bunch. Episode was skipped. Coming up, yes, the episode is There a Dr. House? Aired during season 1. Oh, season 1, huh? On December 26, 1969.
That was before Greg and Marsha were sleeping together.
You're not wrong.
So is there is measles coming back like a lot more now, like everything else?
Well, it was supposedly vaccinated out of existence, pretty much.
Right.
They developed a measles vaccine and they gave it to not us. I don't think I got the measles. Maybe I got the measles, mumps, rubella early on in my childhood, maybe, but I don't even. I mean, I got the chicken pox as a kid. Like I remember having to get the chicken pox so that I didn't ever get the chicken pox again.
Right.
And now they say, oh, well, now you can have shingles because you had chicken pox.
So they don't know exactly where the outbreak monkey is or where the outbreak monkey came from, but there is a child death in Texas. I believe I could be wrong about this. I had to check further, but I believe San Antonio, because I know San Antonio people are talking about San Antonio getting hit with measles right now. When I say getting hit with measles, there's like a confirmed maybe like 20 to 30 cases of it, which is
But that's
unprecedented
for a small
because
area.
that's a lot of fucking people. Well, San Antonio is like
Serious question
the
though.
7th or 6th largest city in the United States. It's pretty big.
Yeah,
up?
but that's still a lot of cases.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like there's a kid that died from it, and it's the first death in the last 10 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a non-vaccinated kid. It was an anti-vax family. What were you saying?
So that was one of my questions. Is this like on a rise because there's so many people that are not wanting to vaccinate their kids, or is it? And does it have another, like, are these numbers being factored in, like people coming here from other countries that, you know, and I'm not trying to start a shit, but people coming from other countries that don't have vaccine standards over there, and they come over here, and then, you know, maybe they bring something with them or something, they get sick over here because, you know, new virus, new areas, new people, and they don't have the standards of care over there, and they come here and then they're not vaccinated for it, and then they get it. Are they being calculated into that whole?
You would actually be surprised because there's more missions and missionaries, and we all like missionary. We kind of depend on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're doing quickie, we're just doing missionary. But there's like more missionary work, and there's more like you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. The people that are able to come here.
I'm just ignorant.
No, you're good. You're good. It's not a big deal. A lot of the people that are able to make it here have been vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of like missionary work and field work as far as like organizations from other places, and heavily from the United States, going over to these rural areas and vaccinating whole villages, vaccinating, you know, families, villages, so on and so forth. I mean, I was vaccinated when I was a kid, like right. And you guys all know I'm straight up from a third world country. Now, I am from a large city in a third world country, right? But just like how we all lived, you know, in suburbs of Los Angeles, I didn't live in the city proper. I lived in one of the suburbs, and we were definitely vaccinated. And I remember all the kids when I was young were all sharing the fucking little, you know, the indent shit on our arms from being fucking vaccinated for our kids.
The big pockmark.
Yeah. So when we were vaccinated. So it is very common. It is actually very common to be vaccinated. In those areas. I mean, I can attest to my, you know, upbringing and the people that I've met here that are just straight up, you know, they're immigrants and don't speak English really that much because I speak Spanish. So I'm not 100% sure. I think if it was El Paso or something more border town, I could be like, yeah, I can get behind that. But I don't know. Obviously, it's a child, so they're not going to release the family's, you know, information right now. And cause any kind of panic, especially with the temperament of everything that's going on right now.
Right.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, because, you know, for all we know, like, they're not really, like I said, they're not releasing any information as far as the family's concerned, the kids concerned. Well, it could be from the fucking Congo for all we know.
Yeah, well, it could also be manufactured too to be stronger and
sure,
less I don't know, the
more resistance to
vaccines.
To vaccines, yeah,
because
100%.
There's even a Vanderbilt professor who's now talking about the new COVID fucking strain that's even deadlier, and it could fucking kill a shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that's
just being we're at war. That's war,
number two. That's two, Fauci. That's two that you tried to get me, and you didn't get me. That's two for you. You're a goose egg for two, because I'm going to tell you right now, whatever the hell I am recovering from right now, I would be willing to bet dollars to donuts. No, I don't test, ladies and gentlemen. I do not test. And the reason I don't test is very simple. I didn't test before I knew what COVID was. I'm not testing after I knew what COVID was. You know why? Why do I sound like Dennis Leary right now?
Yeah, I was going to say, you can talk about the fucking old non-biodegradable fucking styrofoam container.
Let me tell you right now. I don't test. Because the human coronavirus existed long before the spread of COVID. People have been getting sick on the human coronavirus.
Sure,
for years. I have had the rhinovirus, commonly known as the cold. I've had influenza, commonly known as the flu, and I've had the human coronavirus, probably mistaken for a cold over the years. I've had chickenpox. I've had these communicable diseases, and my body has developed a good immune system. So, I don't care when I get sick. The question is, Doc, do you need to prescribe me something for me to get better, or will I get better on my own?
Right,
And when
right,
the
right.
doctor says you're going to get better on your own, there's nothing really I can prescribe you, then you just suffer through it. If the doctor says, hey, wait a minute, there's something I can give you, but I need to test you to see which one I should give you, right? Like, what was that, Tamiflu? You have to test positive for the flu, but it has to be within 48 hours. It has to be within the first 48 hours of coming down with symptoms, right? So you have such a small window. So fuck it. I'm not going to test.
It's like an unsolved case. You got 48 hours. You know what I'm saying? To crack that fucking code.
First 48.
First 48.
But I guess we're not even on like.
So that's
there's
2,
different-
Fauci. You're 0 for 2.
There's different strains of even COVID. So I was told from a respiratory therapist that I tattoo that we're not even really on COVID-19 anymore. You know, what's out there.
I think we're on COVID 695.
So 626. You know what I'm saying? That's turning into Stitch.
626.
You like that?
Yeah.
One of the owners of the shop that I work at, he just had the fucking trifecta. I guess like the new COVID test, not only test for COVID, they also test for influenza A as well. And his shit turned fucking like the stick turned like black like right away. He's like, oh yeah, I got everything. But it was like, yeah, I was down for like 2 days, like no big deal. So
yeah, I was down for 3 days with a fever, and now I'm fine. Right.
And now you're okay.
But I have a friend of mine. She got sick again. You know, she'd been better, and then she got sick again. She's like, "Why am I not?" And I said, "I don't know. You look terrible. Go home." And she texts me later. She goes, "Oh, I hope you don't get it. It's positive for COVID." I said, "I'm not testing. I just got over being sick, or I'm in the middle of getting over being sick. I don't have to test. My body will be fine." So anyway,
JC says, "You guys hear about the rancher in Texas killed by a cartel IED?"
Marco, that's your neck of the
woods.
What?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Dude, I got it pulled up right here.
You go ahead, fire it off, man.
A 74-year-old Texas rancher has been killed after driving over an IED planted by a cartel on his land in Mexico, 80 miles south of the U.S. border. Antonio Cespedes Saldarina died when his vehicle triggered the explosive device in Santa Rita.
Okay, so
it was in Mexico.
So a Texas rancher died 80 miles south of the U.S. border.
Yes,
in Mexico.
On his land.
By
So he must have been a rancher from Texas and also owned land in.
So it is a Texas rancher killed in Mexico.
Mexico. That reads different.
Yeah, he operated on both sides of the border. Was killed on the Mexican side near.
If he was killed on the American side, I would be.
Everyone would have heard about it.
More shocked,
bro. Everyone would have heard about it by now. And 100%. T. If that shit would have happened on this side, on the state side, troops would already be moving. I wonder if it's one of the situations where, like, allegedly, the War Story podcast has no idea or no connections to the cartel in any way, shape, or form. We're merely speculating and saying these things for pure jest and entertainment purposes. Listen to this question instead of biased. So I wonder.
Oh, JC, this is interesting. He's in Canada. He says, and no need, brother. We answer all kinds of questions. Land ownership split on the border? No. You have your side. They have their side.
I think he's talking about different territories in Canada, like Montreal and Quebec. Or I don't know if those are.
No, I think he's asking if the U.S., if Texas and Mexico have split ownership.
No, but you can, JC. There are parts into Mexico where the river, the Rio Grande, doesn't hit and split that way. So I believe that technically you can own land to the border and then again own land on the opposite side as well too. It doesn't carry across your title of land ownership would not carry across from the United States into Mexico, but you could technically own land in both, especially if he's Mexican descent that has lived in the States and saying.
Americans are not permitted to own property within 100 kilometers of the Mexican border.
Oh, no shit, huh?
However, there is a Native American tribe that owns land on both sides of the
I
border.
see that. Yeah,
I was like, there's
On
gotta
the
be
U.S.
there's
side,
gotta
it
be a
is their
side.
land, tribal land, and not U.S. land. On the Mexican side, they are just sacred sites.
yeah. I've seen
I
that in
wonder-
California and Arizona border where the tribes they own the California side and the Arizona side. And
Mhm.
it's all theirs.
I wonder if this is one of those cases where the cartel wanted, like, because of the property on both sides, they want to, like, they want to take them out to dig a tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
Mark,
probably, yeah,
correct me
yeah.
if I'm wrong. Do you remember this? An American cannot actually own property in Mexico. You can
Really?
a
But you can now.
company. You can open a corporation or a trust in Mexico, and the trust can own property, but an American cannot actually own property in Mexico. Is that?
I don't know if that's correct. I know that there's certain countries, hell, there's certain states, like if you decide you're like, fucking, I love Hawaii and I'm gonna fucking move to Hawaii, you gotta live and have a job there for, I think it's 8 years is what Mr. Turlock told me.
Unless you're
8 or
Oprah.
10 years before you but it's easy for them. Motherfuckers got money, so they can just establish bullshit residency. They can just rent like an LLC or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
not even
called
live. Did not even live.
Fideicomiso Bank Trust. To purchase land within a designated restricted zone, which is within 100 kilometers of the border or 50 kilometers of the coastline. Interesting. Okay.
I
so there
mean,
you go.
it's got to be. I mean, because there's motherfuckers that from
Not
up
that
here
any
that
of this is
own
interesting to
resorts.
anybody. So what else?
Did you hear
what
about
else?
Trump and
I'm like, look at fucking
Mexico
Sammy
working
Hagar
together?
Who? Trump and who?
Mexican government's allowing Trump to fight the cartels, or the U.S. to fight the cartels. I say Trump because he's president, but there was something in the news I was hearing. I don't know if you guys heard about that. I'm like, oh fuck, because he
Well,
already
the
labeled
U.S.
them as
declared the
terrorists.
cartels a terrorist organization.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
Yeah, guys, it's not the first time. This was what happened. This is what happened in Colombia.
Yeah.
This is what happened in Colombia. They got the U.S. to coach them.
Yeah, right.
Coach.
That worked out well.
Aid.
Well, so
I'm saying to aid them and
there is a
train
book
their tubes
that you can go out and get called Killing Pablo. And the guy who wrote Killing Pablo, Mark Bowden, also wrote a little book called Black Hawk Down. And the Killing Pablo is about the hunting and killing of Pablo Escobar by the federales in Colombia in conjunction with intelligence and special forces operatives from the United States. And it all came about because, did you guys ever see the famous Pablo Escobar picture?
You say picture?
Picture, yeah.
I mean, I've seen many. I've seen many
Pablo Escobar
picture.
They took this. It was a hunting photo, right? Basically, they posed with Pablo Escobar's dead body as if they had, killed a water buffalo. Which, I mean,
right,
this was a whale at least.
I mean, he's not that chunky. He's heavy set. He's not that chunky.
But here's the thing: this guy that wrote the book, he was in another. Okay, so now let me see if I can find the. No, that's.
Chuck, you right over there? You're right over
Yeah.
there?
You can't hear that?
Yeah, but I
My daughter's yelling through the fucking hole.
All right. So now you see that same picture, same location, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But why is this fucking gringo in that picture?
Oh, that's CIA, bro.
He just allegedly.
Oh, yeah.
He's
just
just
like a Delta Force operator.
No, he's just a man. Look, he's just a man looking to expand his coffee export business.
Okay. Well,
he out there just looking for the perfect coffee bean. You know what I'm saying? The first Juan Valdez style. Buenos dias. You know what I'm saying? Like, just he's out there just exporting and importing native goods. That's it. That's what he's there for. That's what he's there for.
I can tell you
Allegedly.
that Pepes, people persecuted by Pablo Escobar, Los Pepes, was the group funded by, among other sources, the Cali cartel, one of Pablo Escobar's rivals. If you don't think that the CIA literally was down there, I mean, you saw that picture.
Of course.
They were literally down there helping freaking kill Pablo Escobar.
What's the official statement? In a support role, right?
The supporting role.
The supporting role.
Right. And so I guess they're actually making, like, they've portrayed this in the show Narcos or something like that. I think portrayed something that involved this. Anyway, it's just the same way that Griselda Blanco stuff's been portrayed. But I mean, you think about it, we've been portraying this kind of stuff now. What was there was that movie where Harrison Ford was the CIA guy, and the president has, authorized U.S. military action in Colombia, and it was all based on real stuff that we had done.
Clear and Present Danger?
Yes, that's the one. Right, and it was all based on the idea that we had really sent CIA operatives and stuff down to fight this drug war, but in the book they got caught.
Right. That part of the Jack Ryan series.
Yeah. Oh God, I love those. Yeah, Clear and Present Danger. Vandalay Industries.
It's all right. They were laying down infrastructure for drag queen shows.
Sorry, boys. Anyway, I don't know when Matt's going to jump back in. If
he's not, he ain't coming. He ain't coming.
So I don't know what. I told you I was not prepared. I was at
none of us were.
My grandson's birthday is Sunday, first birthday.
Yeah.
So all the family's starting to fly into town. So it's.
Are they doing a smash? Are they doing a smash cake?
I don't think so.
It's like the new thing, and it's amazing. Well, it's not new. I mean, we had Remy do it.
I did that with our kid. We gave it to the kid and let the kid
absolutely just fucking go ham on it. It was fantastic. Yeah. Remy had wanted nothing to do with that fucking cake and knocked it over.
Honestly, I think Matt's commenting right now.
Is that Matt in the chat?
That's not me. I thought that was you.
I thought that was you.
No, it's not me. It's Matt. So
it's not me.
Fucking here. His ghost is here, and he can hear us talking.
Matt.
How creepy.
R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
Yeah. Oh man, so many good fucking movies. You know what I saw?
So we talk about what was Gene Hackman's greatest performance?
I'll tell you one of my personal favorites. This is kind of random and out of nowhere. It's not really out of nowhere, but it's Producer Dylan, by the way.
Oh, it is Producer Dylan.
It's Producer Dylan. Lest we forget that the man, the myth, the legend, the man on the 1 and 2s, Cutmaster Supreme, Dylan's here.
Yes.
All right, so guys, I just watched the other day The Replacements. Don't judge me.
Really? Dude, I'm not. I won't judge you. So should we watch a little retrospective first and then talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that way people can remember him.
Yeah,
because I don't know if this audience knows like the body of work. I don't know how old. I feel like Gene Hackman was a man's actor for our generation. He's like the Jimmy Stewart of our generation.
Bro, he started like in these. Didn't he start like young in black and white movies?
Yeah, let's see here.
He
got
he did, right? Oh yeah, his roster is
so many.
Huge.
Hands on your heads. Get off the bar and get on the wall.
Gene Hackman never fit the mold of a typical star, but blazed his own path into movie history. Often called an everyman, Hackman, in fact, played every different type of character, from a cop to a convict, a senator to a spy, from Lex Luthor to the president. As a young
Lex Luthor,
of his age, so he could join the Marines and took a shot at fame, working odd jobs to finance auditions.
Every day was
Marines
like a new challenge. It was going out and trying to get that job and doing those auditions, and I loved it.
Wasn't until he appeared in Bonnie and Clyde at age 36 that Hollywood took notice. But the true breakout moment came with a car chase for the ages.
Remember this one, Marco? The French Connection? Did you ever see this one?
Earned his first
No,
Oscar
I don't think I
for his role
did.
as Popeye Doyle in The French Connection.
Oh,
Then came the action from
man,
the Poseidon
Adventure.
Adventure,
Dude,
the
this
Poseidon
movie-
Adventure.
Superman with Hackman's indelible Lex Luthor.
Mind over muscle.
Mind over
In
muscle.
between, he worked on comedies and
Young
critically
Frankenstein.
acclaimed films, even the iconic sports
Hoosiers.
drama Hoosiers. He gained an Oscar nomination for the searing Mississippi Burning and a second win
God,
for
that
his
was a
role as a sheriff in 1992's Unforgiven.
I don't deserve this.
Following it up
Oh, that was a
opposite
good
Tom
one too,
Cruise
dude.
in The Firm.
The
And
Firm,
hits.
yeah.
He kept working through the early 2000s, winning over new audiences with the Royal Tenenbaums. In
never saw
2004,
that.
he reflected on his prolific career with Al around the release of Welcome to Mooseport.
And now here we are, the new millennium, and you're still working as much as ever.
Yeah, it's a funny. It's very seductive. You know, it's narcotic in a way because it's, you know, you come to work and there's 90 people standing around waiting for you to do something to you know, and that's attractive.
Yeah.
In a fun. I think I can give it up now.
That would be his last movie in a career that delighted audiences for decades.
One of Hackman's most critically acclaimed performances was in 1974's The Conversation, which was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. This morning, the legendary director, filmmaker, posted a picture of the two working together back.
So,
Well, Crimson Tide too.
Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So,
good movie.
anyway, Marco, you were saying.
Oh, he was Coach fucking McGinty, not fucking, but Coach McGinty, old fucking
Yes, who-
burnout '80s coach
From The Replacements, right?
from The Replacements. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
It was a good movie.
And that was based on a true story, wasn't it? There was a year that the NFL like had
There
a
was a
strike.
yeah, they had
Based
a
on true
strike, but it didn't you know go really that far.
Right.
You know, as far as it did, the movie obviously just ran off with it, and it was just a feel good movie. But Unforgiven, forgot about
Yes.
Unforgiven was just fantastic. Mississippi Burning, Superman the movie, which you know Thomas and I loved growing up.
Of course.
The Conversation I never saw. The Quick and the Dead. Do you remember that? The
Yes.
Western? Yeah, The
Yeah.
Quick and the Dead. He was the main bad guy, right? In The Quick and the Dead.
Yep. Yeah. Something Bill. No, that was Bill. That was Unforgiven when he was something Bill, Little Bill.
He was something, but yeah. He was
Little
an
Bill.
Enemy of the State
Mhm.
opposite Will Smith, and that's a good one. And then The Replacements, The Firm. I loved him. He was just kind of like he's kind of like perfect for this role, but Thomas, The Birdcage, obviously
Mhm.
overshadowed by
Robin Williams and Nathan
Robin
Lane.
Williams.
He was
Absolutely.
such a good straight man in that movie.
He was such a great old school straight senator politician.
Yes.
Just that when they're exposing him as a drag queen, and he's like, "What?" You know, saying like he's
Yeah.
got this like
Because he
what-
falls in love with Nathan Lane dressed in drag as a woman.
and he makes
He
it so
thinks
this
she's
is
like this most conservative, wonderful woman
Absolutely.
he's ever met. He's like calling her
Abs-
mother and stuff like it's it.
yeah, the return to American values
Oh,
and so on and so
God,
forth. And he's like this whole time he was talking about a drag queen. He was in Behind Enemy Lines. Remember that one? Behind Enemy
Yes. Yes.
and-
With Owen Wilson.
with Owen Wilson, that's right. Bonnie and Clyde, obviously. There's Superman 2. I forgot that he was in it as well, too. Heartbreakers. Get Shorty. I don't remember him in Get Shorty. Night Moves. Again, Superman 4. The Quest. Uncommon Valor.
for Peace.
Mooseport.
God,
I don't.
Superman
He was in
4,
White Earp. T. He was in White Earp.
No, a different White Earp. There was a different movie. There was a bunch of different White Earp.
Not
movies.
Tombstone. Not
White
Tombstone.
Earp.
He was in White Earp.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was in Ants movie. I didn't know that. Bridge Too Far.
Shit, dude.
Heist. Narrow. Wasn't he in? Oh God, what's the name of the movie with the? Never mind. I'll keep reading. I'll come across it. Bat 21. Remember that one, Thomas?
Yes.
Bat 21?
That was
Bat,
the crashed helicopter or whatever it was.
That's exactly right. Geronimo. He was in Geronimo, Hunting Party,
Mhm.
Extreme Measures, Dominant Principle, Chamber. He was just in Under Fire. He was in a lot of movie. And I
Marco.
guess he wasn't. What?
Nothing for me. Nothing.
Yeah.
Will ever be this.
Ah, golly, Miss Lane. It's too bad Mr. Kent wasn't here to see all this.
Yeah, poor Clark. Never around when. Clark, wait a minute.
What? Lois Lane, that is the silliest idea ever. Let me tell you something, Miss Lane. I think he really cares about you. Clark, of course he does. No, not Clark.
Here we go.
You must have been a wonderful child when you were only starting
Playing the piano.
to go to
Lex
kindergarten. I'll bet you drove the little boys wild when it came to winning blue ribbons.
This is how I remember being introduced.
I can see the
Yeah.
as they handed you the prize.
And I remember thinking how cool it would be to live in like a layer like that where it has like library books.
Ah, you must have been a beautiful baby. Baby.
Oh Jesus, that's dark.
Because I love you, Mr.
Dude, he leads her to the wild cats. Anyway.
By the way, Miss Tessmacher, your mother sends her love.
Huh?
That's how I remember Gene Hackman.
Did you hear the stuff surrounding his death?
Yeah, so his wife, who was 64, he was 95, she was 64. His wife was also found dead in a separate bedroom, and his dog was found dead.
One of his dogs, the other two are alive.
Yeah. So there's also apparently pill bottles.
Right. At first, I thought it was carbon monoxide, but the doors were open.
Potentially that it sounds like maybe either he passed or he was in pain and his wife helped him pass and then she took her own life. Or it's also entirely possible. Imagine a world where you're Gene Hackman, you're 95 years old, you wake up and you find out your wife either died of natural causes or killed herself. At that point, you just take all your pills and go to sleep. Right? You don't even call the cops.
I got this.
Now,
imagine a world when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Your wife is dead.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do? So my wife is taken to talking about movies and Gene Hackman. My wife is taken to welcome everybody to the locker room. Actually, we never did that.
We've done that, have we?
I just realized
Fucking
that
37 minutes in.
we never did that. Well, fucking one. So my wife is taken to doing this really, really cute thing. On Fridays, she has a movie night with the kids, right? And she introduces them to old and classic, what's considered classic now, like 80s and 90s kid movies and tween movies, right? And she shows them,
which is like showing kids in the 80s movies from the 40s, just so we're clear. Like
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So we were noticing, and she's trying to talk to them about this week. It was between like Labyrinth, E.T., and I forgot the other one. Whatever. The kids wound up choosing Labyrinth because it's just like because Dance Magic Dance, right? Anyways,
puppets and
it's just it's very animated, and even though it's supposed to be a little dark. She's like, "Do you think the never-ending story is too?" I'm like, "Stop it." We all have shut up, dude. We all got fucking PTSD from the fucking horse and the Treyu and the fucking
it's a rite of
glowing
passage.
eye wolf, fucking wolf.
A
Like,
rite
it is
of
a rite of
passage.
passage, but my kids are not ready for it, dude.
How old are your kids?
6 and 8. No, not yet. Not yet.
Close.
Not
They're
yet.
close.
Yes, not
Maybe
yet.
8
That
and
is
10.
nightmare fuel.
Maybe 8
It's
and
fucking. I get you. But anyways, she's showing them she's like, oh, I'm gonna introduce them to E.T. E.T.'s a little dark and a little fast, pace in the middle. We lost Tom. Did we lose Tom?
I guess.
No.
Tom is back, and now he's over here.
I'm adjusting my.
He was over there. Now he's over here. Now he's nowhere. Is he still here? Anyways, so
I'm dipping out so I can cough, you bastards.
Why don't you just hit the mute button?
What is the new one, dude? I've been fucking
like
yawning
literally
and
disappear and like it looks stupid.
Whatever.
So I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what looks stupid? Me in my garage. Anyways, so she brings up the trailer. She's showing the kids the trailers and fuck the trailers and the way the movies were presented back then
Yes.
E.T. starts off with this giant. Please look up the E.T. trailer. It starts off with just
the E.T.
this
trailer.
Yeah. It's basically sucking off and jerking off fucking George Lucas. You know what I'm saying? For the man who brought you. Yeah, bro. They are selling. Oh, I'm sorry, Steven Spielberg.
I thought you meant literally.
What am I looking up? What is it called?
The ET trailer. The ET.
Figuratively.
Yeah, the ET trailer. Right. The first 30 seconds of the fucking trailer from the man who brought you this.
Oh.
And then took you to the moon.
The original classic.
Yeah, the original classic fucking
ET
trailer. Right. When you watch the fucking trailer, you have no fucking idea what the movie's about. Now they're selling you the best parts of the movie, trying to get you hooked, trying to get you in the fucking theater. They're not describing shit. But back the days of like, in a world where there may be no tomorrow, one man must stand alone.
All right, let's see.
All right, hit it.
Okay.
He's lost. He's alone. And he's 3 million light years from home. In spring 2002, only in theaters.
I'm keeping him.
Steven Spielberg's masterpiece.
Oh, this is a redo.
It's not it.
No, because it says in 2002.
Yeah.
That's when they remastered it and re-released it.
That's the 20th.
It still had that old school vibe to it. You know what I mean?
100%. Because they still had the guy talking to you. 300,000 miles away from home.
Yeah, I miss
Let's
stuff
see.
like that.
Let's see if we can find it.
I should go back to that.
So now a friend of ours is in the commercial that they made for Reese's Pieces after E.T. came out because they didn't get the original E.T. kid in the commercial, so they got our friend instead. You know that?
No, I didn't know he did that shit.
Yep. It's on YouTube. It's crazy. But here, is this the one, Mark?
In 1975, he directed Jaws.
Yes.
In 1978, he directed Close Encounters of the Third Kind. In 1981, he directed Raiders of the Lost Ark. And now, Steven Spielberg brings us E.T., the Extraterrestrial. We will witness the arrival, the search.
It's just a truck. It's
the
running.
desertion,
This movie.
the fear, the discovery,
I mean, this is an effective
the
trailer.
friendship,
I'm keeping him.
the secret, the love, the warning, the signal, the mystery,
The Bill Cosby finger.
danger,
The Jello pudding.
the intrusion,
Dude, I'll tell you, E.T. did a lot
the
to make
wonderment,
kids afraid of the
The enchantment.
government overreach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
the connection
all of Gen X
has been made.
are disdain for the government and our
Universal
sense of
Pictures presents
libertarianism comes from the
Steven
knowledge that at any
Spielberg's
moment the U.S.
E.T.
government could come and take over our
the
home.
Extraterrestrial.
That's the fucking whole city.
Yeah. I mean, think
Yeah.
about it. Actually, you know what, Mark? That'd be interesting to look at because think about the movies that we grew up with and what our sensibilities became under John Hughes and Steven Spielberg and like
Sure.
like all of it was like what was that movie about the teenagers that save a Russian sailor? Like, do you remember this?
No.
It was a Russian submarine sailor who gets shipwrecked on this island, and these kids, these ultra MAGA right wing like kids that play A-Team and Army all the time, find him and end up learning a thing or two that deep down on the inside we're all just people, and they lie to help get him back to Russia on his submarine and shit like that. Fucking, I can't remember what it's called, but it had one of the actors from Top Gun in it, right? Like we had all these movies where the government would do like shady shit. What was the movie with River Phoenix where his parents were in the CIA? And there was a movie with Falcon and the Snowman.
Yeah.
Like Daryl, where the government put a microchip in a fake kid's head and then told it it was a real kid, and like War Games, where and what was the shit? What was the one where the guy stole nuclear material? This is Chuck. This is literally the plot of this movie. This teenage boy, his single mom is dating this professor who happens to work for a secret government laboratory on the outskirts of town. The kid is too big for his britches, and so he breaks into this secret government facility using a remote controlled car and steals a vial of this gooey, it literally, dude, if you look at the prop, it's green dish soap. It's green dish soap Dawn with like silver fucking glitter sprinkled into it, right? So this dude, oh yes, help me out, brother. Help me out. Do you need to cover that up or no?
Cover what up?
Yo, patch.
Yo, patches and stuff.
Is he still here?
Yes. No, he's going to cover it up. Anyway, so he steals this shit and he takes it home and he makes a nuclear bomb because he doesn't realize that the shit that he stole is like this highly experimental, like weaponized nuclear fuel source.
Oh, wow.
And John Lithgow, of all people, is in it. Matt, do you remember this movie? The kid steals nuclear material with the help of an RC car, and then he makes a nuclear bomb and takes it to the science fair, and then the feds are chasing after him. It's not Iron Eagle, Stickler.
No. But Iron Eagle is a great fucking movie.
Okay, first of all, Rusky's the one about the Russian sailor. Rusky's is the one about the Russian sailor. I was basically saying to the boys as we were talking about this, our generation, the movies we grew up with and the TV shows we grew up with, Marco was just bringing E.T. up, but we just watched the trailer to E.T. And I realized that a lot of the media we consumed programmed us to be very careful of the government coming and taking our favorite alien from us, or like War Games, you know, where like beware the government trying to stop you from hacking into the Pentagon and accidentally setting off a nuclear war. Like these were the lessons we learned early on, not to trust the government in our films.
100%.
So
sorry, I'm looking. Wait, why is there? You guys getting an echo on your side?
Yeah, Matt's going, but I'm gonna try and get rid of it right now.
I think it's still the same kind of now, where
I got
those
it.
messages are being kind of.
I just had to
portrayed,
put
but now it's
echo
just about
cancellation
Trump.
on it.
My bad. I don't know about my usual stuff.
You're good. I'm trying to find this movie. So far, I found The Day After. Obsession.
We were talking about R.I.P. Gene Hackman, by the way, too, and we were saying that.
Yeah, like what the fuck happened? Was it really a gas leak? Did he die of natural cause?
There
Maybe
was
he went
some
down this rabbit
pills.
hole. Here's what I think. Ready?
Okay, go.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
old.
said what we think.
Okay, he's old, so he died of natural causes. His wife finds him, is so depressed, I can't live without him, ODs on the pills. Pill bottle, but before she does that, she opens the front door so the dogs aren't trapped in the house, right?
Okay.
So she ODs on the pills, has the pill bottle, in her hand or something, or just knocks it over. One of the dogs goes over and nibbles on some of the pills, and then that dog dies, which would explain why there was one dog still alive in the house. But I'm not a fucking detective.
Okay,
but that's what I
so
think.
I'll go you one better. What if
along the lines of
she dies by natural causes? She has a heart attack. He's 95 years old. He finds his 64-year-old wife dead. He's like, well, that's it. There's no point sticking around.
Yeah.
So he gives his favorite dog the pills because he can't stand to let his favorite dog go, the older one.
Right.
And then he takes the pills himself. It could have gone either way. Or, she could have said, he could have been suffering, and she could have said, well, I'm going to take you out, and then I'm going to take myself out because I don't want to live without you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a gas leak. If it was a gas leak, both dogs would have been dead.
Yeah, there was no gas leak in the area, and they didn't.
Or
It's being investigated as suspicious. Now.
The pill bottles that they found are blue pills.
Oh, fuck. You died of the hard on.
You see what I'm saying? They came in and found him, and he was still pitching a tent. You know what I'm saying? So, and he literally
the Manhattan
her.
Project. Thank you, Matthew Stickler in the chat. The Manhattan Project. That's where the kid makes the nuclear bomb for a science project.
So it wasn't Edie.
Yeah. Anyway. So that's all I have.
So man, we were talking about like real quickly, we're talking about how my wife does these movie nights every Friday night with the kids, and she shows them old movies, and it's kind of cool because like so last week was an old movie they were watching, Beetlejuice 2. But my wife made all these she made the little creepy cupcakes with the little gummy worms, and she did like cinnamon roll sticks, and then she did the frosting in colors and the black and white stripes, like the sandworms. So, and then she made like fluorescent green Kool-Aid.
So cool.
And she does this every time. The week before it was what was it? The week before it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So then she made like ants on
such
a
a great
log,
movie.
So the kids were.
Was that the first time your kids? That was the first time your kids saw that. I take it.
Yeah, it was the first time. Yeah, my wife is introducing them to like quote unquote the classics, right? So this
right.
She was showing them the trailer for Labyrinth, and then she was showing them the trailer for E.T. And I was talking shit about like how different the trailers were when we were as the years have progressed. How the trailer for E.T. had a whole bunch of the guy's voice.
Oh, and it sucked Spielberg's dick. It said nothing about the movie for the first.
Fuck no, you have no idea what happens in that fucking movie at all. It's just like this man created these movies, and because you like these movies, you must come to this one.
Yeah. So, anyway, nothing else to talk about, right?
Hey, did you see the video that I sent you guys? In the actual right, chat.
Where?
Hold on a second.
Locker videos. The dude who gets knocked the fuck out.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I have that one.
Oh, classic. Fuck around and find out.
Yes.
Here you have this fucking douchebag. Like his shirt's off. You could tell he's a little intoxicated. He's inebriated. It's all right. I'm just prepping him for the people while you're bringing it up, right? And he's over there just talking shit. It looks like he's already got. Basically, he didn't learn his lesson the first time. He got a little chin check, and he's mouthing off to looks like the bouncers outside of a bar or club or something like that.
Yeah, he's already got. Oh, somebody opened him up over his eye.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Talking shit. This bystander's over here just filming. Just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Ooh, look at this. He goes, fucking punches this guy. Wait. Punches this guy out of nowhere. Guy just goes,
nice.
Friend of yours, Matt?
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. No need to talk.
That
The
was
time
beautiful.
for talking is over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That is
man.
literally the fuck around, find out. And I firmly believe no charges. No charges.
Yeah, it looked like the bouncer guy was like patting him on the back. He's like, "Thank you."
I was like,
I think the bouncer didn't know what to do. He's like, oh, should I? He's not following up on him. Like, okay, buddy. Like, it's like, man,
you don't throw a fit, little bitch.
So that was the most satisfying video that I saw today.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd share that with the group.
Yeah,
love that.
Usually I have like, and I know last week I said I was going to do the wrongest shit I ran into. Today, again, I was all day with my kids. So, but that's the most righteous shit, perfect shit that I said today. That's me. That's what I got.
What about that? That left-wing agitator goes to a Republican town hall in Idaho.
You guys didn't talk about this yet?
The one that got there. No, we're waiting for you.
Oh,
damn it! I thought I dodged a bullet on that.
No, that happened in your fucking neighborhood.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you guys watch the video?
I think I may know somebody who's on the police department in that town too. May or may not. Can't be confirmed.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh shit.
I'd be interested in hearing who you think that is.
Well, I'm not going to say it on here.
No, later.
Okay, I'll put it in the private chat.
All right, so we're gonna pull up the video. We're gonna ignore that.
No, we're gonna talk about, first of all, let's address the elephant in the room.
Oh,
I need to ask Tom a couple of things.
That one chick that was in the morning show.
Who? I don't watch morning shows, so that went right over my head.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Thomas, you're still affiliated with the law enforcement community because of your job up there, right? Safe to say. Are you going to be able to talk about this? Or are you wrapped up in this world? You're wrapped up. I figured as much because we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet.
We have not. I will say this. You guys are welcome to talk about this.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm happy to listen. And if you have questions, and if those questions are answerable, I will answer them.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we can all comment on the video because the video is out there for the world to. I mean,
we are not him.
Yes, that is correct. I get
the
it.
opinions of the rest of the locker room are not those necessarily of Thomas.
So, which one do you want me to put? The one that Chuck sent in?
So here, I think the one that I sent that starts off at the beginning where some rules are explained kind of puts some context into what we're going to see when she flips out. And I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this, right? Because I mean, this lady is. Well, here, let's just play that. Go ahead, Chuck.
Can I preface one thing prior? So in California, there was a town hall meeting, and a guy came up who was some former punter for the fucking Seahawks came up, and he was saying some shit in the town hall. He got arrested and charged with 415, disturbing the peace, and arrested. And that made the news, but it wasn't like everyone wasn't all up in arms about it. Something kind of similar happens in a different part of the country, right? Just a little bit north, but it happens to be a female, right? Not saying like, whatever, but
here's the video that Matt wanted me to
similar. And they removed her.
It is sponsored by the KCRCC. It is not sponsored by the high school. As a result of that, if there's any disturbances, people can't maintain decorum. We have security here, and you'll be escorted out of the building. Time for our legislators and time of all of their participants here.
As we embark on this information journey together, I kindly ask everyone to give your full attention to our speakers. What do you need? Disruption. Our goal is to foster a productive and respectful environment where each voice can be heard and each point can be thoroughly considered. Please remember, we are here not only to listen, but to engage constructively. Let's make the most of this opportunity to connect with our representatives and each other in a meaningful way. Thank you for your cooperation and for joining us today. Taking into account the people sitting next to you. There's a bunch of people that came here to hear them. There's an opportunity for you to step up, but not right now. And because you're not smart enough to know that, you're just crazy.
Right in the middle. We're voting on a lot of bills right now. And the thing about it is, we're a citizen legislature. There are 105 of us.
Damn right.
And we fight it out, and that's the way it's supposed to work. And sometimes it gets a little messy. So anyway, I'll stop and turn it over to somebody else.
Bill Hart School for Public Lands. Everybody pay attention to the little girl over here in the corner who wants attention. Everybody give her attention. Everybody look. Everybody look. Come on, let's give her applause. Yay! Woo! Boy, she can yell really loud. That's impressive. Okay, Tony, you here? Tony down there somewhere? I can't see.
Prescriptions or your surgery on medical processes that they have an ethical disagreement with. And you can see where this is leading to. There are issues of bioethnicity or protection against abortion since about 1972, ever since the Roe versus Wade. So doctors are protected against having to be forced to do abortions.
So she interrupts a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least 7 times.
There's no problem with her being asked to leave and escorting her out when she refuses to leave. And the way that was done, they're like, oh, these thugs who they were plain clothes and they didn't identify themselves. They're fucking private security, and they're probably all cops or former cops or military, but they're employed by that venue. And then you have the sheriff of the county, and there's a bunch of issues with that, but they did nothing wrong in asking her to leave. And when she refused and they went to escort her, and then she starts fighting and flailing and trying to bite, it's over. Like, you're going to get dragged out at this point because you are not getting up and leaving and acting like a fucking adult. Okay, yeah, they may have said some mean things to you that you maybe didn't like, and they're kind of being rude about it. Okay, who cares? It's fucking words. But if you're being asked to be quiet, and these are the rules so that you can be present so that everybody else can listen, and you're not following those rules, and you get asked multiple times to stop.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of your fault for getting escorted out. And then she tries to play the victim and starts flailing and shit like that. I've had that multiple times. Tom's had that multiple times on the job. And it leads to the same thing. You're going to get escorted to leave. And if you flop around and flail around on the fucking ground, okay, we're going to have to act accordingly. And we're going to have to use a little bit of force to overcome your resistance because you are not going along with the program.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Is there a world, I'm asking the cops in the room, is there a world where both sides could be a little wrong in this particular scenario?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
do you see any of that from how they grabbed her and pulled her out? I personally think they were pretty nice with how they took her out, because
they're very
street
nice.
cops would have freaking, I mean, you would have rode the lightning for a hot second and then got, hemmed up. But
they asked her really politely, hey, stop, like, you got to go. No.
So then they start dragging her out and whatnot, and there's, and like, also I wanted to ask, does private security have to be in a uniform? Do they have to show a badge? Because you heard everybody around like, who are you? Show us your badge. But we saw in the video that it was explained that there was private security at the event. But
no, it's private security, and those are probably cops. And the one guy who went up to her did
No,
show
the
a badge.
he's the sheriff. Yeah.
There's nothing that says he has to be in uniform. There's nothing that says
Okay.
those security guards have to be in uniform. I've worked undercover security, and I could detain you. And a lot of times when you have guys who are working undercover security, a lot of times they're fucking active cops. Because if we need to be able to detain you and go hands on, I mean, it is what it is. I've worked
That makes sense.
undercover security for the CrossFit Games. So, and I was walking around in it fucking undercover. And if I asked you to leave and I identified myself, hey, I'm security, I'm with the venue, and you don't, and I pull out my fucking thing and I ask for backup, and then we have other security that comes by and I go hands on, and it is what it is.
Well, sorry,
but it also depends on the state too. That's California. I don't know the laws out there.
I mean, because I know that company got their licensing revoked immediately after this. So I was reading and hearing from different people, and it appears that maybe that particular city has a law about how security have to be in uniform. So if they weren't in uniform, then so everybody fucks up a little bit. But who's most wrong in the situation? Is the security more wrong than her because they're violating a city ordinance where if there is one? Thomas, I don't know if you can chime in on this. If you're aware,
there is in fact I believe there is in fact a city ordinance in the city of Coeur d'Alene that requires that security personnel be uniformed.
Okay. So I mean,
and the mayor did put out. I can confirm that the mayor did put out a statement. So did the city, the police department for the city. They both put out statements in the city. The police department statement. They said that they had confirmed what Matt said. They revoked the license of this security company to operate within the city because their failure to follow the ordinance requiring that security personnel be uniformed.
And I mean, quote uniform could have been all. It could have been a jacket they were wearing with a fucking company name and a badge on it, right? I mean, doesn't that fall into?
Here's one thing you'll know about Idaho. Chuck, you can probably attest to this from your visit. Idahoans from both sides of the spectrum.
He said Hoans.
Idaho. No, Idaho.
Idaho. Huda Pimp.
Yeah. Huda Pimpins. They 100% value their independence
Right.
And they I mean, these are people that lived through Ruby Ridge. Like, I'm not kidding you when I say, boys, that Ruby Ridge, it's not first of all, it's not a city, it's an actual place, it's an actual ridge named Ruby Ridge.
Okay.
Where all of the Ruby
geographical location.
Yes, the geographical location where Randy Weaver's family had their run-in with the ATF and the United States Marshal Service and the FBI happened an hour from my house.
Okay.
I hunt beyond where Randy Weaver's wife was shot and killed while holding his baby. The people of North Idaho there are still people here who remember it. They remember when the federal government was driving up to this property for what amounted to an arrest warrant, where now the dog had been shot, the son had shot a cop, the cops had shot the son, the cops then shot the wife, and like it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
So Idahoans in particular can be very sensitive to anyone infringing upon their civil liberties. I can tell you that for a fact, and I love that about us.
You can definitely feel it there. It's a lot different. It's definitely a different vibe.
The amount of shit that is still legal because the state's like, it's none of our business.
Nice. Yeah. And so this lady, this Teresa person, she ran for office there as a Democrat, lost miserably. And I think I read that in 2022, she specifically goes to Republican things as a Democrat to start shit. And in 2022, she went to a meeting, and you can see the footage where she's sitting up front. She looks around the room. She gets up, walks out of the room where nobody else was going to and fro, and within 15 seconds, the fire alarm goes off. So she pulled the fucking fire alarm and left the building, which made everybody... Yeah, but you can watch... I mean, nobody else walked by there.
I'm going to cough for a minute.
Okay,
so she's a pro agitator. She's
exactly. She has a reputation. Yeah. That's why when she was getting dragged out, you hear people going, "Bye, Teresa." Everybody knows her. She's known for this.
She got her 15 seconds of fame because she got on the news. I sent a fucking news thing in. She was interviewed by the news out there and all these things. She got what she wanted, and she's just trying to play the victim card. And it's kind of fucking sad. You're an adult. Act like one.
When she's getting dragged out, in one of the videos, you hear her say, "I'm gonna make millions off of this."
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit, dude. That's her mindset. It's just,
and there's already people. There's a GoFundMe that they set up. There's already like I think last I checked there was like $500,000 in it.
No fucking way, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
She ain't lying.
So I mean, there's people. I'm friends with a lot of different politically diverse people on social media, and there's some people I know where I was like, especially after the election, I was like, oh, I didn't know that that was your lane that you drove in. But a lot of the women are like, we stand with her, and this was an attack on women. And I'm like, she started this shit. She's not the victim.
Not the victim.
If it was a real attack on women, they would have said something directed towards her before she has said a word.
Yeah.
You know
now
what I mean?
the guy, the MC for the event, he should have kept his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, he was wrong for doing that.
He was egging it on.
Well, therein lies something that's interesting that I'll point out that I can only comment on what you guys have said. That goes towards your point, Matthew, because you were just asking, can more than one party be at fault?
Right.
So if she's an agitator, then does the fact that one person is agitating or committing acts that agitate preclude someone else from also being an agitator in that same scenario?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Not at all. He was up there throwing gas on the fire that she started. That's pretty much what he was doing. He was gassing her up, and and then immediately getting more people on her side because here she is speaking out and speaking up, and everybody's like, "Oh, First Amendment, First Amendment." It's like, yeah, but they explained this was a private event. It wasn't a traditional town hall.
Right.
Well, and so if you're just acting up, then you're just acting up.
And as we all know, the First Amendment doesn't work just one way. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're gonna hide behind that in this situation, that's the person responding to you has your same rights.
Yeah,
Has
and the
equal
problem
rights.
is the people that are defending her, people that I know that I see on social media defending her, are saying that she was arrested or she was hauled out because she was exercising her free speech. And I'm like, no, she was disturbing the peace. She violated the rules of the day that was there. That was like, you know, you're not going to have, you know, big outbursts and stuff.
Oh, he's a Vikings punter. And I would say to this that punter in California who he actually got put on the ground and handcuffed in the middle of the fucking floor.
What are we
This
talking?
chick didn't, and he wasn't. He wasn't
just
really
got hauled out.
fighting.
Right.
Yeah. I would say, you know, it's I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like she shouldn't have acted that way. She acted like a child, in my opinion. She wasn't acting like an adult. She should have held herself a little bit more.
I get that. Yeah.
And but yeah, both sides could be wrong, are wrong in certain
But
aspects of that video. But I would say she was the
who's
one who
more
started
wrong?
it. She is.
Okay.
No, yeah, 100%.
I would agree with that
started
too.
it.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
see what you know.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
she
mean-
and she knew what she was doing. She was doing it for the fucking cloud. She was doing, you know what I'm saying?
They
She was,
fucking
she was
slam her,
cloud
dude.
chasing. She was, you
Yeah,
know,
they were
she was.
they
She
were
wanted the
pretty gentle with
attention.
her.
Yeah, they could have tased her ass. You know what I'm saying? If she was that unruly, but
I mean, as a cop, if somebody attempts to bite you in the video, you can't really see because of the angle. There's a good shot of her like going like right by the guy's hand. You can't really tell if she did make any contact or not. But regardless, on the street, you're detaining somebody and they try to bite your hand. I mean, I'd imagine you're gonna, you know, tie them up like a pretzel, or you know, they're gonna get zapped a little bit.
I can tell you that in the press release, put out by the police department that we were referencing earlier, since you have me here to clue you into factual information. According to the press release from the police department, she was initially cited for battery, and the reason the citation was issued was because she bit someone who was taking her out of the building.
Okay.
However, when the coach challenges the call,
yeah.
And so upon further review,
the
district attorney has declined the penalty.
Okay. Repeat first down.
I think it's just a save face. I think that's just a save face.
So they dismissed it in furtherance of justice.
Yeah.
Was
Not that it
the
didn't
actual-
happen. They're just like, we're just gonna fucking call it a wash. Just be done with it. We
Yeah.
don't feel like fighting.
Well, more than likely they got her on other shit too. They're like, we don't want to take down the rest of anything else because
That
this
and the
proper
guy,
angles and
the victim.
Well, and
of it
now
is probably like, nah, dude, I don't want.
Yeah, as a result of this, and Thomas, I'm sure you're aware of this, that those people had to cancel their next. Well, it's probably in the news. That organization was getting a bunch of threats. They got a bomb threat. So now all the other leftists up there that are behind her are now calling in and threatening these people. So now the next like little meeting, like town hall or whatever the hell that was, they were going to have, they had to cancel. They had to cancel because of fear of their safety. That's
I'm
the
pretty
last
sure
time
they ended up having the meeting.
they
I'm
did
pretty
end up having the second one. Okay.
So, and again, it's all local politics, right? Like it's
Yeah, of course.
it's the county that I think so. The group that you're talking about that had to cancel their meeting is a group of conservative Republicans.
Yeah, KRCC. What is right? Is it the
It's the KCRC.
KCRC.
And KCRCC. So they identify themselves as a certain type of conservative, and so they will support candidates and put out voter guides and do all that stuff that political action committees and stuff do.
Right.
It's like, I think it's the equivalent of saying paid for by the Children for a Better America. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's whatever those things are. They're political action committees, right? And so if you are a conservative candidate and you seek their approval and you seek their fundraising and you seek their backing, they're going to vet you and your politics and decide if you are of the ilk that they agree with.
Sure.
And
gotcha.
I mean, it's not a secret what political action committees do, right?
Right.
The thing is when you host an event that's a town hall meeting with state legislators, right? If it is a public forum, how much of that is open to the public, and then at what point, right? And
Right.
I can't. I don't want.
Well, I mean, the guy in the video, we all heard it and saw it. He clearly said, "This is a private event."
Right.
We invited these
but saying that
legislators to."
does saying that at the beginning of the event make it so?
But that I think what he was saying, what I took from it is he was saying, this is not a regular town hall where you're going to line up and get your shot at the microphone to start, yelling at people.
Okay.
Like it seemed to me they got these legislators there to explain some things that they're working on, that they're going to work on, and whatnot. But it didn't appear to me that it was laid out as this is an open forum town hall like you're used to.
Well, and so there is a distinction, right? So it's an interesting distinction. Is there a legal distinction between a meeting in public and a meeting with the public?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
right. So these are interesting distinctions, and again, I'm asking questions that are obviously questions that are being asked in public, and I cannot say anything about them. Whatever, I have no opinion.
Right.
I literally
Sure.
have staying as far away from the subject as possible, and I find it fascinating to hear what first of all I find it fascinating that it has made national news.
Because
the narrative that it drives, or the narrative, there are a couple of different narratives being driven here. One
Social
is,
media.
but one is like the conservative side is saying, look at an agitator who is it's like 60s activism, right? When people would have sit-ins or have
Sure.
protests where they would, heck no, we won't go, right? They're
Right.
agitating. They're doing that good old 60s sit-in protesting.
Right.
And some people are super supportive of it. I've seen people posting stuff about they're going to the gym because they got to stay in shape to punch all those Nazis.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
What about this? Well, as we're getting close to the end, what do you guys think about this? JC said, I think Tom, I think your mic cut out. You're fucking muted. You
he's
muted
coughing,
yourself.
so he muted himself.
Yeah, but he forgot because he did it on his keyboard.
No, he did. I think he did.
I did. I forgot I muted him.
You guys think Cash and Bongino are going to get anything done? Yeah. I think it's amazing that we finally have a director of the FBI and an attorney general that are on the same page, like each other, want to work together. And that's the key right there. You got those two people that are just freaking,
Guys,
wanting to
guys,
root out.
Your question.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why is Pam Bondi such a smoke show? Why is Pam Bondi such a smoke show?
And she's a little bit older, right? Isn't she like
She's older than us. She's 60?
She's 60 or 62 or something like that. I mean,
how is Pam Bondi such a smoke show?
Yeah.
I want to know.
I just love that we are finally in the find out era after we're done with the fucking around.
Well, somehow a bunch of Gen Xers snuck their way into very influential positions, and we didn't run for shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, it sounded like a fucking.
It's pretty
oh my
cool.
God.
It's pretty
Sounded like
cool. I
smoking
mean,
for 1,000 years.
59 years old.
Okay, so I
59,
have
okay.
I have a last minute. I have a last minute entry for What's Up, Chuck.
Ooh.
And then we gotta get going.
All right. And then, hey, there's one other thing that I should have brought up earlier, but Friday is supposed to be this big national boycott, blackout. You're not supposed to buy anything. It's an economic blackout. That's what they're doing now. So they're not gonna. The lefty people.
Who are we? Who are we blacking out?
Everybody. You're not supposed to spend any money on Friday for anything.
I got kids. That
Okay.
might not be possible.
I'm spending more money. I'm spending more money on Friday.
I have to buy euthanasia tomorrow for my dog.
Oy.
Oh god.
What?
Way to bring
You're
the
gonna
room down.
slide
Chuck.
in here with you have to kill your dog.
Yeah, right at the end.
Do you hear the fucking comet just strike the earth in the
Right at the
background?
fucking end.
It sucks. But yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. That's way sucky, dude.
She almost killed my other dog. Gotta put her down. I don't want to. I've been trying to find rescues. They
So
all told
who
me to go
says you
fuck
like?
myself.
Are you saying you have to put her down? Have you been ordered to put her down, or you
No,
just
I
like
haven't been ordered. I can't keep her. I can't keep her with the
you
other
you
dogs.
see that this is going to be a problem and she's going to end up killing the
It's
other
2
dog?
times in a week and a half.
Isn't she being ordered? Are you being ordered to destroy her?
No, but if I take her to the pound, she's going to be destroyed. She's 12. She has a heart murmur, and she has.
Oh,
half
so
fucking
it's her
teeth.
time.
Like,
You
she's
kept her.
old.
You kept her at the party too long.
Yeah, she's just an angry fuck now.
She's old and ornery, but
She's
12
this
that's a
little
good that's a
dog.
good run with a dog. 12 is a good run with a dog.
I've only had her for 6, but
Okay.
yeah, and I rescued her for $7 from the pound because I'm a vet, and it fucking kills me to have to put her down. But
Yeah.
I've
Sorry,
tried.
dude.
There's nothing I can do. My hands are fucking tied, and I called like 30 or 40 fucking rescues, and the only like 2 of them answered or called me back, and the one was like, "Hey, nothing we can do. We're at capacity. Don't take her to the fucking pound. They'll just offer."
Are there any pit bull specific rescue people that
They-
you'd reach out to?
I did, yes, but none of them have fucking numbers, and the numbers that they do have, it's an answer machine only. And I've called and left multiple messages, emails, everything, and like, I've
So
tried
this
to do
is
my
the
due
dog.
diligence.
This is the dog that you had just gotten when I met you.
Pig? No, I've had Pig for a fucking while.
Yeah, but like 6 years, right?
6 years.
And I met you 5 years ago.
I had her prior to coming to over here.
I know.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is yeah, you had you hadn't had her very long.
No, I had her for about a prior to
Year,
moving. I
about a
probably
year,
had her
right?
about a year. Yeah,
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
That's a year is a long time for a dog, but not for us.
Right.
So if anybody knows of any rescues and they can throw it fucking out there, let me know.
Chuck,
that has
I'm gonna
connections.
try to put you in contact with somebody out there that I know.
Because I got till tomorrow at 1. So
I know.
if I can make something happen, I'll save her for the weekend and drive her down anywhere. I don't care. I'll drive fucking 6-10 hours. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, then I feel bad doing this to you, Chuck.
It's okay.
But we're still going to do it.
And this is some emergencies need the gurney. Others need the stinky sit.
Ooh, stinky sit.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh, you go ahead and think that
Oh.
Johnny.
Oh no!
Fuck, is that real? What the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a very real depiction of a EMS call.
She picked on him. That almost got me. But it was fake, right?
All right.
Looked fake.
It was fake.
Yeah, it was fake.
It
You
looked
could
fake.
tell it was fake because they weren't wearing gloves, you idiots.
Yeah. Bro, I had a fucking, it reminds me, I had a fucking suspect shit in my hand in his pants as I was
Ooh.
searching him.
What? Ooh.
Yeah, it was hot too.
Ooh.
I was like, "Just boop." As I was searching him, he's like, I told you I had to go. I was like, I just put the handcuffs on.
Can I tell you one thing? I thought of you, Chuck, because at the concert that I worked on Saturday, it was for a Latin band, right? We knew it was going to be a shit show. Almost everybody was gone, and we get a call for an unresponsive person in the stands. So we go up there. It's this lady. She's just out. She's responsive to pain only, and like it took a lot of pain on her to get her to even go. So we get the stair chair to get her out and get her, around. And I
Good
take
old
one
stair
for
chair.
I take one for the team, and I go with the legs at her legs, and I grab those handles, and I bend down. She's wearing a little mini skirt, right? Everybody was. It was a Latin concert, and I bend down, and I was in the vortex. It was like a punch to the back of my throat. It was the nastiest, most foul kitty I've ever ran across. I like.
Was the smell like? Was the smell like thick and chewy?
It was like really thick. It had like a hint of tequila, but like the sweat and just like the nasty. Like I was like, I was thinking to myself, "Ma'am, we need to wash this." Like and so the whole freaking time we ended up
Oh, I just fucking swallowed it. That was chunky. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. we ended up transporting her, and one of the paramedics in the room, he's like, "Do you have a blanket we can put over her for decency?" And I'm like, "Decency is washing your cooter in the first place. That's decency."
All right.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we could just end on that note.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for
didn't get him
spending time
going,
with us.
so I had to try my best.
Good job. And you did. I mean, he had to swallow it back.
Yeah.
You can reach us at lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Once again, that's lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Send us your requests, your questions, your answers, your whatever the fuck you want to send us. You can send it to us. Hate mail, we'll take it all. Phone number is 818-280-9822. That's a voicemail number. You can go ahead and leave us a voicemail. We're not going to answer it in the middle of the show, so don't try it. But if it's funny enough, we may call you back.
I know. I've seen us do it.
This is true. TikTok.com, TikTok.com /@WarStoriesPodcast, WarStoriesPodcast at TikTok.com. And then the LinkedIn information, this is a long one, LinkedIn.com /company/war-stories-podcast. Thank you very much for giving us some of your time. And remember that all girls are bi. They're either going to be bisexual or bipolar. Y'all stay safe.
Before you buy it from me.
That was beautiful.
I love that, Marco.
Thanks.
You need to,
Appreciate you guys.
somehow you need to come up with something that brilliant every time.
That's your bit. That's your new bit.
Jesus. No pressure.
Yeah, no. Chat GPT can write it for you anytime.
That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah. Tell it I need some pithy outros like this, and who knows, maybe it'll do it. All right, fuck it. Let's go. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Good night. I gotta piss so bad. I've been holding it for